Xbox raises their prices. Thank you, Nintendo.
Mm.
So appreciative of what you've done. But yes, they have raised their prices. Obviously, we've been talking about it the entire time, but let's get into some more official verbiage out here. So IGN put out a article on this. Other people have, but I'm using IGN because I'm gonna after this talk about the tweet that somebody used to kind of show it to us. But they're all saying same shit. So no block, get out of here. So Microsoft raises the price of all Xbox Series consoles. Xbox games confirmed to hit $80 this holiday. All right. So in an announcement today, the company said it will be raising prices on Xbox consoles, controllers, headsets, and some games. The price hike for consoles and accessory kicks in today, May 1st. And while game prices will stay the same for now, we should expect to see Xbox charging $79.99 for new first-party games around the holiday season.
Not
Price
all
increases is not,
first
but
party games,
that's the
but
way they want to
sure.
do it.
I mean,
Price
you're just
increases are
reporting
taking
the news.
yeah. Price increases are going to take effect globally, with the exception of headset prices, which are only going up in the US and Canada. Going forward, here are the expected prices on various Xbox consoles and accessories in the US. The Xbox Series S is going from $299 to $379. So that's what, $80. The 1 terabyte is going from $349 to $429.99. The Series X digital is going from $449 to $549. The Xbox Series X is going from $499 to $599, and then the 2 terabyte is going from $599 to $729.
Should have been snatched before, huh?
I mean,
I just feel like if you're coming into the game this late,
that is a whole nother wrinkle to this.
It almost feels like what they did with Game Pass. You got locked in. But if you waited to hop on, I mean, there were consequences to that. And I think this generation's been out long enough that if they want to go ahead and do this and make up for, those fans that did jump in early and they were selling it at a loss, then, let them pick up the tab.
I mean, but that's a great point that you're bringing up here, because let's be clear. Am I going to run around feeling sorry for the motherfuckers who are just now deciding that they want an Xbox after what? After now Xbox has all this stuff going on and now you want it? Of course.
If anything, this is those developers are out there, doing the math finally, realizing how much they're spending. If you think about it, look at how many games are kicking into PlayStation and how they are responding to it. If this is the turning point, if this year is the turning point where some of them are going to go ahead and cross that bridge and get an Xbox, right? I mean, it is the time to raise those prices and have them pay up for whatever they need to pay up for, right? Giddy up.
Yep. Agreed. So Microsoft issued IGN with the following statement as to why the price increases were taking place. We understand that these changes are challenging, and they were made with careful consideration given market conditions and the rising costs of development. Looking ahead, we continue to focus on offering more ways to play more games across any screen and ensuring value for Xbox players.
I mean, that kind of seconds what I said for Xbox players, right? We have the value already. If you're an Xbox player, you already have your Xbox, right? How long has the Galaxy been out for? So if you were gonna scoop it up, you probably already did. And you're ripping off the benefits of going ahead and making that decision. Whoever is still lingering around or is going to go ahead and hop over because of the prices on other platforms, then I mean, pay up. We know they love to pay.
True. Very true. It continues, though we don't know yet which first-party Microsoft games will cost $80. We can guess the lineup may include the next mainline Call of Duty, the new Fable, which was recently delayed to 2026, the Perfect Dark reboot, In Exile's Clockwork Revolution, Rare's Everwild, which Microsoft gaming boss Phil Spencer recently checked out. The Coalition's Gears of War E-Day, Hideo Kojima's OD, or Undead Labs State of Decay 3. First of all, and let me not leave out, Psychonauts developer Double Fine is also working on a new game. First of all, fucking listen to that goddamn lineup.
Mm-hmm. That's wild. It's
listen
wild.
to that motherfucking lineup.
That's going into Game Pass, you guys. That's crazy.
Are you kidding me, bro?
And again, these are assumptions that these games will be $80, right? The Xbox hasn't announced, but I just, it's so funny how much these developers love Call of Duty, and it's the first one on the list. But yeah, why not?
Dude, fuck, man. Fuck.
Dave D says Game Pass. What's up, Dave?
Absolutely.
Thank you for rocking
Dave,
out. Says that Game Pass still the best deal in gaming. And come the holidays, it's going to be even a better deal, right? Once these new prices kick in, the value of Game Pass would be insane.
You know what, too? Because I'm sick of the bullshit that people keep saying, because they're so fucking ridiculous. Nobody, just to be clear, is defending the idea that we should be paying more for games.
Absolutely not.
Nobody.
No.
Not one motherfucker. But you know what we are defending? The fact that you want to fucking hang fucking Xbox on a goddamn cross and crucify these motherfuckers.
People want to act as if they were the ones that started this mess.
Are you fucking kidding me? Come on, man.
And that's bullcrap.
And people want to argue, well, all they had to do was do nothing. They could have just sat there and watched the industry move forward and raise the prices, and they could have stood cheaper. Fuck you.
What?
Where the fuck is the pitchfork for goddamn Switch? Where's the fucking fire lighting up under them? Nowhere. They're selling out. Where's the fucking fire for PlayStation for turning that shit into $70 games to begin with?
$80.
Where's the fire?
$80.
No. Switch is 80. PlayStation 70. They started this shit.
Yeah.
They started. Where's the fire there? Nowhere, right? But we are supposed to go and say Xbox bad. I mean, I'm a gamer and you're giving me
Game Pass,
all games,
$20.
They're the only ones out here giving us games on a consistent basis of super high quality. But fuck you for doing what other people are doing and raising their prices. Listen, I don't want them, but that shit's not going to change. I'm not going to point my gun where it's not deserved.
No. And
Nintendo deserves the fucking smoke. They're the only people who deserve the smoke for going to 80, not for everyone else to follow suit. That's just the name of the fucking game. And if you don't think so, you're stupid.
Yes, it's a freaking business. Do you think they're going to sit on the side?
That shit?
You think that they don't know their power? The fact that they are not the ones initiating the situation, it's wild, right? But the fact that you don't want to talk about the root of the problem is disgusting.
Yo, look at this fucking bars, babe. God damn it, Fillmore Pockets.
Let's go.
Where was the fucking praise for Xbox putting out $50 games?
Nowhere. They don't talk about that crap.
No.
They don't talk about that. If Xbox does something that they should be praised for, it just doesn't get mentioned. Right?
Listen.
And somehow anything that anybody else does, because again, let's not forget, the price for the pisser supposedly was because of Xbox. So everything that the competition does that is a problem for the industry, they don't get held accountable for it because we're going to put it on Xbox. Somehow, it all comes down to that.
Yep.
So how do you sit there? You're putting games forward, quality games. You're not only, you have Game Pass, $20 Ultimate. You're putting all your games into Game Pass. You're also making deals to bring other games, third-party games into Game Pass. And you have the audacity to give Xbox the smoke when you probably have a freaking Switch pre-order and ready to go? Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. If you're supporting the competition and you have Xbox and you have Game Pass, how dare you want to go at freaking Xbox for this shit? Yeah. The root of the problem is Nintendo. The new prices for the consoles, the root of the problem with that is the pisser. So how dare you aim at the people that freaking follow suit? The people giving you the better console. The people giving you the best deal in gaming. Giving you the better games. Don't talk stupid. If you don't have anything good to say, then shut the fuck up. You want it point blame? And you want me to listen to the shit you have to say? Tell me who the fuck is to blame here. Because Xbox didn't start this shit. They didn't.
Bro, this is the shit. This is the shit. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know what maybe it's how I grew up. Maybe it's how I grew up. But I ain't no bitch. Okay, I ain't no fucking bitch. The idea that these fucking people lack so much, I want to say integrity, okay? Because these
integrity, self-control
out here, and I see them on Twitter, and they're out there, and they're feeding into their fan base of, oh, PlayStation bad, Nintendo bad. I'm gonna go ahead and give them the smoke because they do all this bad shit, and then Xbox is so great, Game Pass is so great, and then as soon as some shit happens, it's out the fucking window. Fuck Xbox. What the fuck are they doing? Who the fuck is over there running that ship? They're anti-consumer now. They're so fucking full of shit. Bro, you're fucking pieces of trash. If you're a fucking gamer and you've been enjoying playing games, there is no one fucking out there who is making it easier for you to consume a mass amount of games. There's no one making it easier than Xbox. There is no one who is saying, hey, you PlayStation pieces of shit, okay? You ponies out there who talk so much shit. Listen, you have no games. We will give it to you. Here. These motherfuckers make every Xbox game the most pre-ordered goddamn game on their fucking service, and then they run around and talk shit.
Yep.
As they're fucking playing these Xbox goddamn games. Yo, shut the fuck up. And no, bitch, we ain't never gonna be, Xbox is so bad, go fuck yourself. If they do real shit, no problem.
We'll have a real talk.
But come at me with the facts, bitch, not your fucking bullshit emotion.
That's the problem. Isolate the situation.
Me, none.
You gotta isolate the situation. You're not gonna come over here with your emotional boo-boos and think that I'm gonna entertain that nonsense.
Fuck that, bro.
If it makes sense, then it makes sense. If it doesn't, then no, we're not here to talk about whatever you want to cry about today.
Fuck that. No, I'm not here to impress any motherfucking pony or any motherfucking Nintendo fucking man. Ooh, mad words got fucking deleted real quick. delete. I got no words left. I can't even supplement a word.
Bitch
Any other word will be too nice. Bitch ass doesn't even quite suit it. But I'm not here to fucking please you. I don't give a fuck. I'm not here to please these. God, another. Woo. Delete.
Yeah.
I'm not here to please these bitch ass fucking people who think that I'm supposed to and you're supposed to come out here and fucking hold a gun to fucking Xbox's head. No. And yes, no one forced Xbox to fucking follow Nintendo's lead, but I don't. bitch. If Nintendo thinks that they're gonna fucking sell Mario Kart for $80 and the world's gonna accept that shit, get the fuck out of here. You think I'm gonna fucking give Xbox smoke for fucking putting high quality actual games that are fucking great in comparison to that shit? You think I'm gonna be pissed that they said, nah, I think I'm gonna equal out with that fucking price?
No crap.
Fuck you.
What do you think was gonna happen?
Fuck you, man.
What do you think was
Fuck
going
outta
to
here.
happen? If
Get the fuck
anyone's
outta here, bro.
entitled to go ahead and change their prices, it should be Xbox.
Again,
No one wants the
fucking sent
prices,
them a message saying,
obviously.
Xbox, please raise your prices. No. So stop being fucking stupid. As you're sitting there trying to find something to clip so you can make your fucking video. I'm gonna make some salts on these Xbox people. I gotta make some salt videos because I'm nobody and I live in the shadow of others and hopefully someone will accept me. You pussy, dog. You pussy. I saw Ray right here. He enlightened me. He said the words pussy Nazi. I can't say it. It's true. That's what you are. That's what you are. And if you're watching this and it sounds like I'm talking to you, motherfucker, I am. I need to find some content so I can make fun of these Xboxes who are not going in on Microsoft. Oh, maybe somebody will look at me. Oh, no, bitch, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
Oh my god.
I don't give a fuck. No, dog. No, that ain't it. You don't like it, don't show up, dog. I listen, we talked to people. We did shows when there was 5 motherfuckers in chat. All right. You don't like it? Move the fuck on. Move the fuck on. That's the reality. You want to clip us? Go the fuck at it. Who the fuck's used to go. Do it. Do it. Do it, pussy. Fuck.
Damn. But it's true though.
Sorry.
It's true.
Some crazy shit, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Some crazy shit. But look,
Pabbing.
All I'm saying is that at the end of the day, you do you with your cash. Okay. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you a secret. If you out here in these streets talking shit and you still going back to that bitch, homie, you better delete your accounts. Because if I see you still enjoying that Game Pass, I'm talking about this shit. Woo! That's gonna be hilarious. That's gonna be hilarious. Fuck out of here,
That's
yo.
what's crazy. That's what's crazy. They're not leaving. They're not leaving. They just want to talk crap.
No, they fucking wild, dog. Avante. And if it don't apply, let it fly. A hit dog is gonna holler. Facts, Avante. Fucking facts. It's the truth, man. I ain't about this life with these motherfuckers. Like they
crazy.
These motherfuckers
Crazy
are
as
crazy. Did we give a shit, bro? Oh shit, I love that. Adele, there's a difference between a pony bot and a pony bitch.
Oh! Oh! Damn! Damn, Abdel. Woo!
Oh, god damn.
Oh, man.
It's a good time. It's a good time.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Okay.
What I'm never, and it's crazy because I feel like that's the biggest issue. I'm never going to have someone else's opinion but my own coming out of my mouth. That's just
facts.
A fact.
Let's read the end of this fucking thing.
Let's get it
off of this goddamn page. Microsoft has an Xbox Game Showcase 2025, as well as an Outer Worlds 2 Direct planned for June, where fans will no doubt find out more. This is the first time we've seen a price hike on Xbox Series S consoles since it launched in 2020. Wow, Xbox is such pieces of shit. They waited 5 years. With the company committing to maintaining existing prices back in 2022. when PlayStation raised prices on the PS5.
Mm.
Fucking piece of shit Xbox. They kept their prices down when others were raising them.
Oh no! Hey, see, don't you understand that if they do something like that, that's a life sentence. That's a commitment for life. I mean, this can never change, right? So, what do you think
Look.
they ask these questions? So, no more games, Phil, right? It feels like it's a case by case.
Yeah. Look, I don't even know what the fuck that more they're saying. They're saying some other shit. I really don't think I want to go into all this other shit. This is way too much energy in my life. So they serve their purpose. We get it. I'm gonna go on to the tweet that fucking delivered this shit, which is fucking Pab number 1, Ryan McCaffrey. $599 for the 5-year-old Xbox Series X. Tariffs or not, it's pure insanity. Microsoft is a $1 trillion company in the razor/razor blade business. They'll get zero sympathy from anyone. More bad news at the link. And that was the link we just read.
I don't understand
Who the fuck
how
is
going
asking for
back
sympathy?
to Microsoft is a $1 trillion company is going to make any sense when it comes to business. When it comes to business. Like, this is not a charity. So, I mean, how about this? How about we pay $0 for the console and $0 for Game Pass and the games because Microsoft is a $1 trillion company. How about we do that?
Let me ask you a question. And I gotta know. Okay. First of all, I don't want to hear shit about a 5-year-old Xbox Series X.
No.
Okay. I don't want to hear shit about that. You know why? Because nobody's lowering their fucking prices.
If anything, they're hiring their prices. Where was this discussion in this, lack of sympathy when PlayStation went ahead and boosted up their prices?
Nowhere. It's a blurb.
It's an announcement.
That's it.
These are the prices now, and everyone's okay with it.
Nah, dog. Nah, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. It's a 5-year-old console, right? And again, nobody wants things going up, but everybody else is going up. Everybody else has gone up multiple times. We already said it. Nintendo is showing you right off the rip they're going up. They said, fuck 300, we're doing 450. Fuck it. Okay, they did that right away. So a 5-year-old console, let me ask you a question. Do you have an Xbox Series X? Let me ask you this. Do you not like the idea that because you were an early adopter, the value of the money you spent has actually increased for once? Instead of it going to
let's
shit,
not forget
you actually
that
got more value
I
now.
know they're on high demand. So when you go and if you were to get rid of your Xbox, you get more money than you get for a PlayStation.
GameStop's already proven that out,
Mm-hmm.
right? They already proved that out. They already said, no, we're willing to pay more for an Xbox.
Listen, if anyone wanted the S and they didn't grab it when it was $150, it is what it is. Now you got to pay more.
And who are the people who are still buying an Xbox that didn't come over already? Sure, you have some people that maybe are from Xbox One finally coming over. Cool. Okay. I get that. But do we really give a flying fuck that any of those straggling PlayStation dudes or these Nintendo dudes 5 years on have to fucking pay for this? I'm sorry, but I'm not in here to give a fuck about anybody else, frankly. Like, I care about our gaming, right? I care about our gaming. We invested right off the rip, right? So 5-year-old console to who? It's a brand new console to a motherfucker who never had one.
Exactly.
Like, what do you mean 5-year-old console? Sure, it launched 5 years ago. Okay. Does that just say 5 years old when you go buy that shit? Or does that just say new, bitch? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck are we talking about here? It's a new fucking
Oh my
console.
god.
Am I excited that these prices went up? No, sucks for the people who have to pay more now.
Was it Vontae who said if it doesn't apply, let it
fly.
I mean,
Let it
it's
fly.
just if you got yours, it is what it is.
I
And
mean,
listen, maybe these new prices are going to follow. Maybe we were right. And the new console is closer than people seem to think. And maybe they're just lining up because guess what? Those new consoles are gonna cost more money.
it's what it is.
It's just what it
It's just
is.
what it is. Listen, sometimes waiting is not the answer. You know, you should have ponied up earlier, bitch. What can I tell you? I don't fucking know.
We told you get your Xbox.
Like, what do you want? Don't buy it. Listen, you know what's crazy? This is what's real crazy, right? Xbox are the only motherfuckers up here. Okay? They're the only motherfuckers up here who said, yo, you want to play our games? Don't buy a fucking console. Stream that bitch. Go play it on your TV. Go play it on your PC. Go buy a fucking
Fire
PC.
Stick.
Fire Stick. They're giving you options. They're giving
Use
you
your
options.
phone. Whatever you want.
Like, come on, man. They're literally giving you any way to possibly play outside of the console. They're the only people who are actively saying everything is an Xbox console. You don't need to buy the one we have to sell.
And guess what? If you did buy a game or if you have Game Pass, you have access to wherever that is through whatever you want to play with.
I'm just saying, the people who are pissed that the price has gone up, do you have a Series X already?
Most likely the answer is yes, or they were not going to buy one and they're just throwing a fit because this is the time to rally up and go ahead and give Xbox a smoke.
Let me ask you a question. If you went ahead and you went and you bought yourself a new car and you bought it and it's dope and you had the car for 5 years, okay? And then you find out that the market value for your car has increased from when you bought it. Are you going to say, nah, homies, that's
fuck that
work. I want that shit to be back where it was. Like, fam, you got the car. It doesn't fucking matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, you already have it. Like, this is the same thing with like when the industry has layoffs, right? Okay, so that seems to be a topic that's died down a little bit, right?
Yep.
Because EA just fired 300 people.
Oh, listen,
Done. Nobody cares.
The topic has died down until Xbox
Xbox lays off 300 people.
Oh, is
world ends.
Yeah, it's over. It's
EA
over.
did it.
You know why?
blip.
CMoney? Because they're a $1 trillion company. And they should not be letting anybody go.
They should not. They should always be figuring out how to lose money.
Yeah, for sure.
The idea is asinine, bro.
It's crazy.
You know you don't really care, right? It's not really your problem, right? Until you're the one who gets laid off, that's when it's your problem. But elsewhere, you have sympathy, right? You sympathize with the people who are down bad. It sucks. You wish them well.
And then you say, good to be me.
Thank God I didn't get laid off.
Exactly.
Right? So the proper response to this is, man, sucks for the people who didn't see the value in buying a PlayStation, an Xbox earlier. It sucks for those people. Fucking glad I got mine. You know what I'm saying? That's the only proper way to look at this. That's the only proper way. And if you haven't bought one outside of financial situations, and it's just you went and bought a PlayStation instead, or you went and pre-ordered a goddamn Switch 2, and now you want to say, well, I was planning to get an Xbox. Oops. Oops. Like, what do you want?
That number you have dialed has been disconnected. We'll transfer you to the new prices.
Let me get Relsky in here, my boy.
Yo, Relsky, what's good, love?
Relsky
Thank you for being here.
He knows the deal.
Yes.
He says they're going to be mad that you're not worried about how they feel, though, CMoney. LOL, like we supposed to give a fuck. I mean, This is the reality, bro. This is the reality. Why do they think why would they think that we are going to care about it in this way when they're not leading? Bro, they're not fucking leading the goddamn charge, bro. I see who did this. I know who to blame. I know who to blame. It's not Microsoft.
No.
It's not Microsoft. That's just the reality of what it is. We got our boy RC motherfucking
RC, what's
Polygons, bro. I can't even
good?
see this shit, bro. Where is it? Right here. Okay, I felt like I lost it. It was right there. All right, RC Polygons in the building. My dude, thank you, my brother, for being here, man. Thank you for that $5 super chat. Says I just
Thank
joined.
you.
Says I really enjoyed Hargeet's theory that this is a setup for their acquisition of another publisher to get the bad news out of the way. We did talk about that earlier on Boom Show. I think 100% that's a possibility as well. I don't think there's any one thing. I think there's a group of things that are leading to this, all spearheaded by Nintendo jumping the gun. But this is a great idea of maybe they already have their acquisition lined up. They know prices are going to have to go up. Maybe they're going to do an announcement on the summer showcase. Who knows, right? And that's just what it is, right? We were also talking about some other shit, like, you know, a belief that I have with this as well. Again, look, I'm not telling you that if Nintendo didn't go first, that Microsoft wouldn't have had a list of prices that they were looking to increase at some point. I'm telling you that Nintendo made it okay for them to do it because in their minds, right? Because the bandage was already ripped. They saw the pre-order numbers, right? They not the numbers, but they saw the news. Pre-order selling out. Everybody doesn't give a fuck that Nintendo went to $80 a game. Of course, they're gonna feel justified in their ideas. Of course, PlayStation is thinking of doing the same thing.
I mean, if PlayStation can do
is.
it, they just feel validated to be able to go ahead and move forward with whatever they have to do. And I'm not saying they were thinking of doing this, and I'm not saying they were not. I mean, at this point, does it even matter? I think Nintendo's to blame for all this mess, whether it was something that they were thinking about or not.
Agreed.
That's the reality.
Agreed. It's just what it is, right? They are, of course, they were thinking about this, right? It's just the way things are. They were going to do it. Okay.
I mean, Phil says everything's up for discussion. Everything's always on the table. So,
but honestly, like I feel like one of the other things that are happening is like, especially when it comes to hardware, is I think we can all now see that the next gen console is going to be ridiculously expensive. Okay. So I don't think any next gen console is going to come in at less than $800. I just think that's just what it is. Sadly. Okay. So the flip side of that is Nintendo Switch 2. I don't know if you guys are aware of it, but Digital Foundry just did a whole thing on the Switch 2, and basically the power level of the Switch 2 is in handheld mode. It's the power of the original Xbox One and PlayStation 4. Okay, around that space, and then in dock mode, it's around the PlayStation 4 Pro. It's less. To be clear, the One X way more powerful. So the mid-gen refresh from Xbox is way more powerful than Switch 2. Obviously, newer tech is going to be able to do newer things, so it'll offset the lack of power. But still, either way, power range, it's less than a PlayStation 4 Pro in docked mode, right? We already know that games like Fortnite, that games like Roblox, that games like Minecraft, those games are on that previous generation. They're on the Xbox One, PlayStation 4 generation. They're not going to go anywhere anytime soon. Epic is not going to say, you know what, we're going to make a version of Fortnite that gets rid of all those people. No, never. It's not happening. Not happening. So that generation isn't going anywhere. Okay. with the Switch 2 coming out now as a brand new console with a power profile that puts it in line with that previous generation, it is 100% making sure that those games, I'm sorry, those consoles still get supported. Not by everyone, not by everyone. There's plenty of companies that are moving on. Even EA finally is leaving the generation behind. I think we got rumored that Call of Duty, the next one, is supposedly leaving last gen behind as well. They still got Warzone and shit that is going to be on there. They still got the old games still on there. People will just keep playing those. They'll probably just support those games for longer. But point is that those consoles are going to stay relevant. Plus, if you're on Xbox, you can literally stream your games, your next gen games on your old Xbox, right? Like that's just the reality of what it is. So I believe by putting these prices up, they're showing that there is going to be a substantial gap going up, right? To go ahead and have the next gen, but they also are cementing the idea that we're going to have basically a 3 console generation. You know what I'm saying? Like this next gen is going to be great, but it's also going to encompass the other 2 gens. They're still going to be around. And honestly, when you look at what's happening, it literally seems like it's lining up to be where console gaming is just the flip side of PC gaming.
Yeah.
Right? It's just where do you want to get in? It seems pretty simple to me that when you think about next gen, you're thinking about what PC is to console now, right? There's a reason why there's a rumor that seems pretty certain at this point that the next Xbox is a PC hybrid. If you look at what's available today, you can have experiences that are not possible on console. If you play Cyberpunk on PC, maxed out, full path tracing, everything crazy maxed out, it does not look like the games that you're playing on console. It does not. It does not. It looks generationally better. Okay. So what it looks like is gaming is going to be, for console players, a choice of point of entrance. If you're not already in the next gen, do you want to stay on your Xbox One and just stream whatever new games are coming out? Do you want to say, okay, listen, I can't do the $800 new console, but I want to get more, like the medium side of PC, right? I'm getting the medium graphic settings. I'm okay with 30 FPS if I could push up the graphics, or I'll take 60 FPS and take a hit on the graphics, right? I'll do that. I'm okay. This is the generation that I'm going to buy into. And then for the people who want the premium experiences, who want to buy the 4090s or 5090s of PC, right? You go buy the top shelf consoles. That's what it looks like. That's what I feel like they're setting up by going ahead and moving the kind of ball forward on pricing to let you know it's going to go much higher.
I get that. So they're trying to, what you're saying is they're kind of scaling it as you would with a PC, just a console version of that. I mean, Phil did say it would be great if you can just treat it like a PC and you go ahead and you just, there's an easy way to not have to go ahead and remake the hardware, and you just have an easy way to tweak it to upgrade your console, right? So Sarah Bond said it's going to be the biggest technological leap, right? So we'll see. And there are things in the Series X, right, that in this generation that have not tapped in yet, that are in the console that have not had use yet. So I think that that's something, if I believe it's very possible what you're saying. And I think that's the moment when certain things are going to go ahead and kick in, right? And especially as AI gets more incorporated into gaming.
Facts. It just seems like that's where we're leading to, right?
Yeah.
But look, it again.
And it's not just Cyberpunk, you look at Avowed, and as beautiful as it looks on the console, when you go ahead and see it on PC, South of Midnight, stunning, beautiful game. You
Yeah,
go ahead and you see it on PC, maxed out, and it's
it
just
hits
a
different.
whole different level, right? That you don't think that you're missing much out when
Assassin's
you're
Creed Shadows.
yes, when you're playing it on the console,
Mm.
and then you're like, oh my gosh, this is night and day, right? Um, there are a lot that you are enhancing by going ahead and playing it on the PC. So,
Let me address this over here. We got the homie, damn good 75, man. What's up,
yo,
bro? Thank you for being here. He says, we're
thank
not like
you.
ponies. We don't defend or excuse trillion-dollar companies raising price on some bullshit. Sorry, guys. Can't do it, even though I bleed green. Listen, everybody's entitled to feel what they want to feel. I don't like that narrative being pushed on us, right? That we're
Exactly.
supposed to do something that you guys think that we're supposed to
I
be doing.
think that's the
But
problem and the
one
lack of understanding that this goes both ways. I don't need to cry around or feel the way that other people feel.
yeah, there's plenty of places to do that.
Mhm.
Like
Like
I'm
every
not saying
eh,
that. Listen, I'm not telling you I don't want you to hear
almost
that. But I'm
everyone
saying
else
that there's
out
plenty of
there.
places to see people crying about this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you need everybody crying about it. Like I'm not like it, I don't feel that shit. I would be like I would be completely disingenuous right now if I told you that I feel any of this shit. I don't. I don't.
Yeah, that's the
I
thing.
don't. I
And
just don't. But real quick, let me get this
go
one
ahead.
because I just want to say the one thing I gotta say, damn good. I know you're full of shit right now because you said we're not like the ponies. We don't defend or excuse trillion-dollar companies. What fucking trillion-dollar company can the ponies defend? They got no trillion-dollar companies to defend. They don't got nothing to defend. What are you talking about?
Ah.
Oh man, what they got? What they got? It's crazy. It's crazy. Oh man. Nah, damn good. I'm just fucking with you. But yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, like this is just you
I
know, like
can't
what
entertain
I'm
the
not gonna be fucking fake.
crying
Like I give
though.
a shit.
I can't. I'm not going to. And I
No.
again, this is a business, and if you look at it from the business perspective and you see everything that's going out there and you compare freaking what is supposed to be brought to the table and you see what you're getting and you see why the prices are going up, then it's an easy thing to understand. If people are not subscribed to Game Pass and they buy 1 or 2 games a year, that's gonna go up, just a bit, right? So it shouldn't be much of a problem.
Again,
If
we're not asking for it, but let's be fucking real. Like be a fucking realist for a second. Stop living, and I'm not
okay,
talking to you anymore, damn good, just to be clear.
so
Let's
let
talking
me
in general.
yeah, let me
Let's live in the fucking reality that
yeah.
shit goes up in price. And again, unless you're out, unless you said fuck this shit, I'm out. Like for instance, Netflix goes up. I see that bitch. I don't look at it. I try not to look at it.
I
That shit
know.
is nowhere near what it
But
was.
it's constantly the
But
same thing with
I'm
Hulu.
not gonna get rid of it. I want it.
They all do
I
this
want it.
crap. And yes, I understand that I wouldn't want it that way, but that's what's taking place. So I have a choice, right? We all have choices. This is not this is what you must do. This is not you must go and buy these $80 games.
It's the truth. It's the truth. We got options for fucking days over here, bro. We do. And again, bro, let's create the alternate timeline where Microsoft jumped first. Nintendo didn't bring this shit up. Nintendo didn't usher in the idea of an $80 game. Nintendo didn't usher in the idea that prices should be going way higher because if a fucking Switch 2 is worth $450, how the fuck is a Series X worth $450? It's not. It's not. Blame Nintendo, bro. I don't know what
That's the
I don't know
thing.
what
I
like they're
can't.
afraid. I don't know if they're afraid. Are you guys afraid of like Nintendo people or PlayStation people? Like, is that what it is? Like you're
I mean,
afraid for them to call you out and say, look at who's not defending the people and just going at their
look who's
Lord and
not
Savior
giving
Microsoft. Like who's not
Xbox
look
the
at that.
smoke.
You want to get like you're afraid of them? Is that what it is? Like, I feel like every time I see these people talking, and like, damn good, I'm using you as an example. I'm not talking about you per se, but like the idea of saying like we're not like the ponies is in some way trying to shame us
I
into
know.
thinking that we're fucking ponies. like, are you fucking kidding me, dude? Like, not again, I'm not trying to come at you. I'm just saying, just in general, that idea, because people out there saying that shit often. I hear it regurgitate, almost like you guys hear it from each other and then pass it around. I don't know who started that shit. How about we start the opposite way? You know what I'm saying? Maybe we don't feel the constant need to prove yourself to the other gamers out there, like to the Nintendo people and the PlayStation people. Like, I don't know, maybe you think they're above you and you're trying to like please them
I don't
so that you can put
understand
it
the
on your gamer
mentality.
card, like, I fought the Great War against Microsoft. What if
What
they do it?
war?
If
What
they do it, then
war?
give them the smoke. But bro, don't tell me that they did something here. Nintendo did. I should be seeing hella tweets, hella fucking messages, hella videos about how Nintendo's impact on the gaming world has already taken place. Switch 2 being revealed at $80 for their top end games and $450, $150 more than where that fucking box should come in at. It's not even more powerful than the fucking Series S, but the Series S is cheaper. The Series S is still the cheapest way that you can go ahead and get in versus the Switch.
It is.
What is the PlayStation 5 Slim cost? Right around there? 350, 370, 400, somewhere around there. It, like, you're still cheaper than the Switch. The Switch is giving you tech that's a generation old again. And again, they're giving you a Switch that's a generation old on the precipice of a new generation.
I know.
So they're about to
Isn't
be
that
2
crazy?
generations old.
And that's acceptable. And everybody
man.
eats it up. It's crazy.
Bro, hey, babe, they're
Yeah.
not like us.
Apparently,
They're not like us.
listen,
There's a bunch of Drakes running around out here.
The one thing that
Just look in the mirror and say to yourself, I'm Drake. That's what you are. Okay? If you're out here doing that shit, they're not like us. That's the truth. Babe.
The one thing, it's like this whole crying mentality that I'm like supposed to go out there and whether I believe it or not, start crying on some bullshit and whining about shit that makes sense. Like, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. I am not for the crybaby mentality, running around, needing Phil to fucking burp them and watch over them. Like, no, get the fuck out of here with that shit. I'm not his baby.
No.
I'm not his freaking baby.
Not at all. Not at all.
Like, Phil, let me tell you how I feel.
That's the truth.
Come on, man.
That's the truth. Let me get the homie Space Shot in the building.
Yo!
With that $2 super chat, appreciate you, brother. Satya shakes his head. It's $3 trillion company, fool. It is $3 trillion. Stop saying trillion, bitch. You know, put some respect on that goddamn name. Come on, man. Come on. That's crazy talk. That's crazy talk. Got the homie Cage. El Vampiro Borracho. Which I appreciate you, my dude. Says, C-Money, where was his leadership on Halo Night? Why you gotta bring it down like that, dog? Come on, man. That shit was rough.
That's
right?
wild.
It was rough in these streets. They're real killers out there. They're real killers out there, right? Shit. The fuck? I gotta do it like that, dog.
And Borracho was waiting for the leadership.
I see Bounty in the building. What's up,
Bounty
man?
was good.
Yeah, man. Yeah, this.
Oh,
Dark Angelic. Good night, man. Thank you for
good
rocking,
night.
bro. Appreciate you, homie. Jeremy Brown says we call him Crybabies Drake now.
Yes.
Listen, if the shoe fits, you know what I'm saying?
Listen.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, don't look. Listen, I hate fake shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really do hate fake shit. That's
fake
why
outrage.
People, this fake outrage, bro. Like, that's why people get mad at us or whatever it is when,
I don't
like
give
I said,
a
I brought it up, but when like people when there's layoffs and shit. Like we're supposed to be like, oh fuck this shit, it's over. Like what? What do you mean? Yeah, it sucks for them. I feel
But
bad
they
for them,
never
but like
go anywhere. This is why it's
what?
fake outrage.
Yeah, like you
Like if
ain't
you're
leaving.
outraged and you're done, get the fuck out. Be done.
Honestly, it
But then,
seems like will be better for us
yeah,
personally
it's
is
like
if you do leave.
right.
Go leave, spend $80 on the new Xbox games on PlayStation. Go ahead. You remember that company that you guys were talking shit about for so long that you hated them because they were the worst, but now they're great because they didn't raise up their prices. Oh shit, they did that. But damn. So where are you gonna go, dog? Like, are you just against price increases in general, or only if
or
Xbox
just
does
from
it?
Xbox, right?
So if PlayStation
They're not
price
allowed
increase,
to.
cool. You'll go buy that game. You'll go buy that system over there. That's what you're saying to me. But Xbox, they do it. No
That's where
bueno.
they draw the line.
That's where they draw the line.
Yeah, Xbox is not allowed to go ahead and compete in the market, right?
Facts. They're not allowed. God damn it, Will Baggins. With that $2 switch. What's up, man? CMoney tripping for not playing Kingdom Come 2. Listen, I want to play that shit. Well, I wanted to play it. I'm not gonna lie. As time has gone on, I kind of moved past it. Eventually, it'll come to Game Pass at some point, and I'll be like, "Oh shit, that's right. I wanted to play that game," and then I will download it and then still not play it because probably Xbox will drop. Listen, let me tell you something. I'm not like these motherfucking ponies out here, okay, who pretend to love a console for PlayStation games, but then never buys the PlayStation games. I am an Xbox fan because of what they give me. What Xbox gives me. Halo is my shit. Halo is my shit, bro. Halo, Gears, Forza, all this. I love Xbox games. So when Xbox delivers me a game, I'm like, fuck yes. Fuck yes, this is the game that I want to be playing because they speak to my soul. They know what I want to play. I see it every time. I'm like, God damn, South of Midnight, what? Fuck. Fucking Age of Mythology?
Oh,
I never in my life would have played that shit, but they gave it to me. And I said, let me taste that shit. And goddamn,
it was good.
Good. Our History Untold?
Oh,
Fucking
yes.
game? You would have told me before Xbox gave that shit to me that it would be a game that I would play and enjoy.
You'd be like,
I'd be like, go fuck yourself with that crazy shit. But you know what? Xbox gave it to me and I tried it. And goddamn, that shit was good. So sorry, Kingdom Come. You're not an Xbox game. So until I don't have an Xbox game that I'm enjoying to be playing at any given moment, I'm not looking for some side bitch. You know what I'm saying? It's not. That's what all these games are. They're all side bitches. You know what I'm saying? I got my main squeeze. I got my Game Pass. Why would I go outside if I don't need it? You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. You'll come to me. They'll come to me. Kingdom Come will come. All right.
Xbox, bring them hosts.
Yeah, not yet. I got time for that shit anyway. Gotta be honest with you. Like my gaming deck is stacked with Xbox games and Game Pass games. I'm good. We got our boy RC Polygon with that $5 super chat. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Says, I'm gonna give some good news in the sea of bad news. We got, quote unquote bad news. Good job, RC. I like that.
Bad news.
Says we got Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 in Game Pass now. I'm gonna play DMZ. No need for marathon.
Woo!
I gotta be honest with you, RC Polygons. There's just no need for marathon at all. At all. I saw some footage of Arc Raiders, another extraction shooter. Yo, Bungie should be embarrassed. What's those birds that put their head into the sand?
Oh my gosh!
Ostrich? Is it an ostrich?
No, right?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, they hide their head into
Ostriches,
the
right?
sand.
That,
I don't think
that
so. I gotta Google that now. That's
stick their head into the sand.
Anybody know? Let us know. Okay, hold up.
Somebody say it. Come on. I know we know. But that's who they are. Okay, Bungie needs to take their heads, stick that shit in the ground, because no one is gonna respect them after this game comes out. Spartan661 says,
you
I am
okay?
correct. Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Told you, baby.
Yes.
Ostrich.
Well, there you go.
I see them. I see them. Maybe there's a lot of ostriches out there that should be putting their heads in the sand after all this shit. Because guess what's gonna happen? Yo, bookmark it, bro. All these dudes talking shit, right? Fucking bookmark it. Look at everyone who made a video about this shit, talking shit. Bookmark it, and then fast forward to June showcase. And let's see the fucking videos that are gonna come out. Xbox is the best box. Oh,
Game Pass.
it's so good. Oh my god. I mean, it's so good. All the videos that are gonna come out on June showcase about Xbox. Oh, so tested. I love it. Right? Compare that to this video today. Let's just see. I bookmark that shit. All right, everybody, every one of these dudes
But
who
then,
are out here,
don't forget to bookmark that, because about a week or two after the show, they'll have another meltdown.
There'll be more meltdowns of some other shit.
More meltdown to follow.
It's just what it is.
Yes.
So like you could just create like those pop-up books. That's what I feel like they are. Like you open the page. Oh, look at this one. Close it. Next page. Oh shit, look at that one. That's a problem, right? This is just what it is, man. Look, I understand, right? YouTube is hard in these streets for a lot of people, right? I get it. So they gotta know what the people want to hear, right? The people want to hear outrage all the time. And I get it, right? I get it. But I don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't have that shit. I don't got no fucking outrage on shit that's not.
I mean, it's
worthy
like,
of
okay,
outrage,
on
bro.
3, we'll all do the same.
Yeah, man.
Come on, man.
Like, come on, dude. Like,
this is what people are paying attention to right now. This is what's gonna get the ponies' attention. Right? Like, no.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'd rather not.
I'm good without.
I'd rather not. Boomer Benz says bird knowledge on point. Thank you, sir.
That's right.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? I'm good. Oh shit.
We gotta spread
RJ,
the knowledge.
the truth lies. What is going on,
what's
homie?
up?
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Where was the outrage when Xbox was given or still giving all those games for just $20 monthly on Game Pass? And discounts for those same games just because you have Game Pass.
Yo, tell them.
Fact, ponies. Ponies was making fun of Microsoft and Game Pass, telling people it's not sustainable and losing money. Interesting.
Yep. But they cry about what's in their subscription service. I mean, make it make sense. But it's true. You even get a freaking discount for having Game Pass on your games if you want to buy them. Like,
that's the truth. I need to address something else. We got our boy, our homie, Cullen Prime in the building.
It was good.
Thank you, my brother. He has some good questions here. He says, how is raising prices competing? Competing to see who can raise their consoles the highest? No. So pricing is not where they're competing, because you and I both know that Xbox doesn't give a fuck if you buy the console or not. They're giving you literally so many other options to play their games away from console. So they're not competing.
I mean, even
sense.
a freaking Fire Stick.
If they have people who are choosing to raise their prices, right, in the console market, why the fuck should Xbox not do it? Yeah. Oh, well, to keep it cheap for everybody, bro.
I mean, it's a known thing that they've been losing money on the console. Should they stay that way while Nintendo is out here raising their prices by $150 more? Is that not ridiculous? Is that not crazy? If what does that tell the industry when you're bringing that much more value with your games and you have a better console, but you're cheaper? And the competition is allowed to make more money even though they're using glue to put together the Switch 2? Like,
Imagine being in a world where you have to look at your competition, see them raising their prices, see them selling their consoles out,
and the
see them
world be
getting
okay with
no
it.
smoke for being at $80 a game, and you can't do it because the media said no.
Hmm.
You can't do it
They
because
can.
you're Microsoft. They
They
can do
can.
it because they're Nintendo. PlayStation could do it because they're PlayStation. But if Xbox does it, no, senor. No, no, no. Me no speak English. Nobody wants to talk to these people no more. No, man. Come on, dude. Come on. Come on. This bullshit, bro. There could you want to know how Xbox is competing? Tell me. Who's releasing the most games out there? Answer that question for me.
Xbox.
Everybody in the chat, answer the question for me.
Yep.
Who is releasing the most games? We're gamers, right? I'm assuming everybody in this chat, if they wanted the Xbox Series X, they already got it. Right? Yes.
I'm assuming so.
I'm assuming. Right? So we're talking about competing.
Mm-hmm.
Who is giving the most games out in these streets? And as a gamer, what do you care more about? You, Doodle.
Games?
The games. Wow.
Not Twitter.
Not Twitter.
Right?
You know what's funny? Outside of the ponies, right? Take the ponies out of it, right? Like the pieces of crap that talk shit. The PlayStation fan base is so thankful for Xbox.
They
so
are
grateful.
They are.
They're so thankful. They're just eating up these Xbox games. They're so happy. And look at these fucking Xbox. It's like, it's like rich people and their kids.
Entitlement.
It's their rich people's kids. You know what I'm saying? Because the rich people take care of their kids and give them good things. Anytime the parent says something, it's a problem, right? The kid thinks he can go off and say just some crazy shit on these streets. Do crazy, get all coked up.
The whole family.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? And it's like, it's y'all spoiled already. All these Xbox heads is spoiled. Like, they don't remember when they had to buy each one of these fucking games separately if they're a Game Pass subscriber. Think about how much money, if you're a Game Pass subscriber, you save just in the last quarter, just these 3 months of gaming.
And that's like just even paying regular price, right? A lot of people go and get those deals where you can get it cheaper.
Facts. Look, I see it here. Who do it? Who's giving it to you? Xbox. Xbox giving you. Xbox. Xbox give it to you. Xbox give it to you. Atari. God damn it, Amit. Atari. The fuck, bro. Jeremy Brown. Xbox giving it to you. X gon' give it to you.
That's right. See, the thing is, it's such a and back to Amit, it's just such a ridiculous question, but it seems like this is the way that it needs to be broken down. That's right, Becca.
That's right, Becca. She ain't fucking around. This is the truth, bro. This is the truth. This is the truth. Right? They're the ones who are doing it. So how are we fucking you're kidding me? I swear it's so crazy because I feel like people, I don't know, maybe people were raised differently. I always learned since I was a kid, right? You never bite the hand that feeds you, right? You never bite the hand that feeds you.
These motherfuckers stay biting.
They stay trying to nibble at this motherfucker's palm when he's feeding them. It's like, no, bitch, get back, right? Like, you never bite the. What if Xbox said tomorrow, you know what? You're right. You're right. Sure thing, guys. You don't want it? No problem. We're keeping prices the same. Everything's going back down. But you know what we're going to do? Fuck Game Pass. Fuck Game Pass, but go enjoy. We'll keep all the prices the same for you pussies. Now I'm loose with it. Damn, sorry. We'll keep the price the same for all of y'all. We'll do it. But Game Pass gone. No problem. You didn't get it anywhere else anyway, right? You're okay with what they're doing, right? You're okay with what they're doing. We'll get rid of Game Pass. You don't need it. Pay the same prices. You save money. You're happy,
I mean,
right?
but that's not going to change the fact that Nintendo is still going to charge
But they'll be okay with it
$80,
because they didn't get to go
right?
ahead and they didn't have the price increase, right? So they'll be okay, right? That's what we're saying. That's the message we should send them, right? That's the message we should send them. Fuck the Game Pass, right?
I mean, but going back to your comment, yes, about the developers, super grateful. They wish list, pre-order
Oh,
these
yeah.
games. They are happy as can be because they understand what it's like to not have any games on any first party games on their platform. Right. So to
Yep.
have quality games brought to their platform, if they support it, those games will probably continue to come in. And
Facts.
listen, good for them.
100%. 100%. It's just what it is, man. Just what it is. Relsky says they were raised differently. See, you can tell. I can tell, bro. Yo, it's so sad. It's so crazy for me. Like, it's so wild. I never experienced like
Yeah.
people who just have no fucking like, I don't know, bro.
It's
Like, I'm not saying blind loyalty, but fucking some loyalty, dog. Like, this people, like, you're fucking playing like no other. Is this really hurting you, dude? You got the Series X. You got Game Pass. Like, I know for facts, you guys got Game Pass. And you crying over an $80 game that they did not they did not bring this shit. No matter in all of history. What did we say back when they were telling us about what was that shit? Was it the games? Was it the games or the no. I remember. It was the when they fired a bunch of people, right? When Microsoft fired a bunch of
yes.
people, if you remember back in the day. This is a little while now. They did it, but other people, a bunch of other people had done
Yeah,
it.
they had
right?
done it. It
A
was
bunch of
in,
other people had done it.
mhm.
But we said, and I remember it because I feel the same way about all this. It's like we couldn't be upset or sad for any of those people, right? In that time when we were doing the shows, because everyone wants to go ahead and constantly put the gun to Microsoft for everything. Everybody else is laying off people.
It's all okay.
Crickets. EA just laid off 300 people. Crickets. Xbox does it. Let's fucking burn these motherfuckers alive. They are the worst. They are shit. And yes, I'm not going to stand there and watch this shit just fucking happen. No. So instead of us having a moment to be like, hey, man, sucks for these people. Hope they land on their feet. We had to go in and be like, bro, get off their dicks, dude. They're doing what everybody else is doing.
And you know what's crazy? Theirs actually made sense
100%
because
it
it
did.
was after the ABK deal and, you know, the merger and everything. At some point, they do have to. This was bound to happen, right? These are the consequences of going ahead and what are you supposed to do? Keep everyone, even if you have your own team to take care of certain things, right? So it actually made sense, right? Unlike the other stuff that was taking place.
Agreed.
You know,
100%.
PlayStation, not only did they fire people from Bungie, they did it in a sneaky way to not give them their packages and continue with their insurance. And that was not necessarily spoken about or shamed for what they did to the people that they let go, right? At least with Microsoft, they made it very clear that they have their packages and that like they put a statement together in which they kind of cover everything that they were going to do. So like it's just crazy the lack of grace and understanding on things that make 100% sense, and then the grace and understanding and overlook that they give to these other companies that they get away with this stuff and not even be called out when they're wronging people. Because if at the end of the day, this is about the people that are getting fired or getting screwed over, then it's a necessity that if you're taking those stands, that you take it for everyone, right? We're all equal. And so if you're going to give Microsoft the smoke, even though they're doing their part in taking care of the people that are letting go, and it makes complete sense, I expect you to be out there with torches burning down freaking every morning, putting out a tweet every 2 hours. Go ahead and keep up with it, because you need to look out for these people that you've taken upon yourself. Some people could not sleep over the fact that Xbox had let people go.
They couldn't play the game.
They couldn't play their
They couldn't get through
games.
the game.
I mean, they were
can't play the game.
traumatized. But I
Wow.
didn't get to hear their version about how they felt about what PlayStation did to those Bungie employees that
that
you
they
know,
gutted.
they gutted,
They gutted.
that they
People who've
screwed
been there
over.
forever. People who made Bungie tossed out like trash.
Mhm. People who
No
made
words.
PlayStation tossed out like
Tossed
trash.
out like trash. No words. Even the PlayStation people. That's why there's no loyalty over. They don't give a fuck. They don't care. It's just PlayStation, the brand, right? That's all they care about. Just defending PlayStation, the brand. They don't care about anything else. So that's what they get. It is what it is. We do. Space Shot says, quote, Microsoft can't lay anyone off. They're a $1 trillion company.
That is the craziest thing.
Satya shakes his head again.
I mean,
$3 trillion,
right? That's the craziest shit I've ever heard. I mean, at that point, why even have them show up to work? Just send them a check. Send them a check anyways. Keep everybody employed. I mean, hire us. I mean, the whole chat. Let's go. Right?
Everybody in here.
Find a place for us. We're good.
Cut the check. We'll be happy. We do have the homie House of Cards.
Yo,
thank
what's
you so much
good?
for being here, my
Thank
dude.
you,
Thank you for
love.
that $5
Thank
super
you.
chat. Says, I love that profile pic too, by the way.
Right?
See the Steam behind the Xbox logo?
Yes.
Says, I'll cry about it on my podcast. After I finish Oblivion, Expedition 33, Rematch, Doom, Wu Chang, Towerborn, all on Game Pass. Then I'm going to cry and be so mad that Xbox has done such a thing. Come on, man.
That's true, bro.
Come on.
That's true. Let me pause my game that's in Game Pass real quick so I can send out this treat. And then let me get back to my game. That's crazy.
Dude,
That's crazy.
Real crazy. It's real crazy, bro. It's real crazy. It's real crazy. These dudes out here really, really butthurt, coming around thinking that we are supposed to fall in line with their fucking beliefs. Like, are you fucking cracked?
Apparently.
Like, how long have you known us, motherfuckers? When the fuck do we fall in line? Come on, man. Come on, man. You know
Never.
Better. You know better. We don't fall in no lines, homies. All right. I think the point was made.
I think so.
Just want to make sure there was nothing else. All right. So there was this I don't know. I don't really want to get into that. Oh, you know what I do? You know what I do want to put up for some reason. I guess Tim Dog had a moment where he was seen clearly. So there was somebody who's somebody who did a post. All right, actually it's Tim Dog. So Tim Dog came over here. Let me put this over here. So Tim Dog made a post, said, unpopular opinion, but the gaming industry held off so long on raising game prices. I understand the reason. The industry needs this, in my opinion. It needs to get margins in a good spot. Nintendo wasn't being greedy, nor is Xbox here or Sony. They are trying to make it where they can make games and make it where it's profitable for them. They, like us, want to continue making games. Let's just hope the quality improves and maybe a little more risk-taking because the margins will be more manageable. They need to get the economy right, and I'd rather pay a little more to get more. Some pretty fucking rational thoughts right now.
Agreed.
He continues again. I remember talking to Phil on Xbox Live about Quantum Break, and he told me for a game to break even like that, it has to sell 5 million units. It sold what, two? He also said, as Xbox not being the market leader, it becomes compounding, dealing with smaller margins. This has been a problem for the industry for a long time. Sony barely making profit on Spider Man even after its sales. The industry needs this, in my opinion. I personally have no problem paying more because I have a good understanding of what's going on, being people, going on, being on people who I have talked to and who I listen to. I'd rather pay more and have gaming than pay less and have less quality and fewer games. I mean, fucking Tim.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I respect
This
that
is the Tim
opinion.
that we fucking remember from back in the day, being able to just fucking not be crazy, actually just have some good things to say. Yeah, I mean, look, as much as, you know, it is a bitch to do this, right? You you have to realize that this is a business at the end of the day. And for you to think that it's not important that it's a business, that you just want it to be about games and the game should just show up magically like fucking pixie dust and there's the game and it doesn't cost them what it cost them. And for you to say, just make smaller games or cheaper games.
That they're
Well,
not going to buy or
that they're not
support
going to buy
because
support
they're
because they're smaller
smaller
and
and
cheaper.
cheaper. It's like, how old are we? We do know that things cost money, right? And were you about to leave me muted? Yeah, that's wild. Um, what I said before was we all know that things cost money, right? And to be blinded to the idea of what goes into these games and like Tim Dog saying the quality, right? It's such a, we don't want to miss out on that. Um, so I agree with what he's saying. The idea that we don't it's just the games. It's all about the games and the prices should never go up. And Microsoft has enough money to not have to raise the prices or do this or that. Like it sounds ignorant to me. It sounds ignorant to continue to bring up the $3 trillion company situation when if you're talking about that type of money and you understand who they are, you also understand what it takes to get there and you understand that it's a business. So I can't understand. It's juvenile and it's ignorant, the idea that they should be keeping people that they don't need, or that they should be keeping games cheap and consoles cheap when the competitors are not doing so. That's that's a crazy mentality to me.
Agreed. Agreed. I mean, look, again, no, like, to be clear, I wish they could figure it out, right? I wish they could figure it out without having to raise prices and do any of that shit. But the one line I will agree with 150%. And again, I'm not saying that it should happen, but I'd rather pay more and have gaming than pay less and have less quality and fewer games.
Hmm.
I mean, you know, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the reality.
And listen, even like PlayStation, we know what has been going on there, right? So even though like the idea of the pisser being crazy, right? You understand why they almost had to do that, right? With the prices. They've been taking loss after like it's just been brutal over there. Yes, they're not making quality games, but we haven't seen flops like that ever. So these are big hits. And he brought up Spider-Man. We're like, they have to pay Disney. It's not just, oh, we spend this much on the game, this is what came back. Then you also got to think of marketing, the cut for Disney. This is not their IP. So it's just, it is what it is. The prices did have to get raised, but I think when we're looking at where this all started, it wasn't with Xbox, even though they were the ones providing the best games and the most games.
Agreed. Agreed. I just think we need to understand that at some point, and again, like,
And now Nintendo, even though this is what they've spent the most on, this is like their most expensive game, this Mario Kart, they're making a lot of money by boosting up the price. They're making a lot of money by boosting up the price on that console, by boosting up the price by 50% on those amiibos. They're banking those cheap ass Joy-Cons. They're boosting up the price. They're making more money.
agreed. Um, yeah, I think at the end of the day, like, we have to just understand that the other option is that you don't do it anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, blame, like I'm trying, like I want to, like, I want you to understand that I get the frustration, especially if you're financially challenged, right?
Mhm.
Like, I get that shit. You know what I'm saying? I understand times are tough. It's hard to come out with the extra money. So nobody wants to hear that it's cool for prices to go up, right? The, no one wants, no matter how much, like, people with the most money in the world don't want to spend a nickel more than they have to.
Mhm.
Okay, that's just the reality of what this is, right? So we're not excited that prices have gone up. We're not. But at the end of the day, right? This is
Rational
real shit. Like,
thinking,
this shit
though.
really
Rational
costs real
thinking
money.
has to kick in at some point. Logic has to kick in at some point.
Facts.
This is a logical tweet, right? Understanding. I love the sharing about Quantum Break and how it needs to sell 5 million units in order um for it to
Break
be,
even.
yeah, to break even. That's not even to make profit. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
It's not even to make profit. It's just to break even. And it sold 2 million units. And this is the thing, though, for them to, because PlayStation, when they started getting slapped up with this reality, they just started trimming out and trimming out and trimming out, and we are seeing what is left of PlayStation. The fact that Xbox is still pushing forward with those creative projects, with those passion projects, knowing that these are the risks that they're taking. I mean, we're still getting gaming as if it's as profitable as ever.
Facts. Fuzzy Tomato fucking nails it. No one's trying to just break even when they invest tens or hundreds of millions of dollars. Facts, dude. That's not what this is about.
That's not the mentality that you go in with. And if you have to sit there biting your nails, wondering if you're going to break even, that's another problem. That's gambling, right? That's gambling.
It is. They're literally putting out money hoping to get a return, not break even to get a return, right? But that's the reality, right? That's the reality. And look, I've seen it in the chat. The homie Boomer Benz, no better ecosystem than Xbox for people on a budget.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, come on, dude. How ridiculous is it to not realize that, yes, the actual consoles are going up in price, games are going up in price. But we know there's an alternative, right? You don't have to buy a console. You don't have to buy the individual games. With one subscription and a TV that you already own, or a PC you already own, or an original Xbox One that you already own, you can go ahead and enjoy every single new game that's released from Xbox. And listen, I know the world wants you to think that cloud gaming sucks. I know they want you to think that the cloud is never going to work because it's only good if you're playing on the hardwire console. I will tell you 150% with 100% certainty that those people are full of shit or they have super shitty internet. Because I do the vast majority of my gaming on streaming, whether it's through the one of my favorite ways, which is the Steam Deck OLED. Sometimes I use the Logitech G Cloud. Sometimes I'm just on the console streaming shit that I don't feel like downloading or waiting for it to be done.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
And it works. It
Mhm.
works extremely well. If you have shit internet, then yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's not great yet, but you know, obviously then that's not for you. But if you do have good internet, I mean, the shit works, fam. It works. Works great. You know? I'm just saying, like, there's ways. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's ways and listen, you know, even if it's not the best experience for you, if the alternative is nothing, I mean, at least you got options, right? At least you got options. Um, and Xbox does deliver those options. So look, I don't, you know, we spent a lot of time on this. Let's move on. We got a couple other things to talk about. Um, but yeah, at the end of the day, again, nobody nobody said that this was the way that we want this shit to be. Nobody said, "Oh God, please, I really hope prices go up." You know what I'm saying?
I mean, who would?
Nobody. No logical person would ever ask for that, right? Oh, there was one more thing that I wanted to bring up. Let me do this real quick. We have our boy. Oh, we have Richard Hogue. Okay. Um, I don't know if you guys don't know him. He's a lawyer who has a firm, and he has, you know, he was big in mergers and acquisitions, so he became really popular during the uh, Xbox acquisition of Activision and Blizzard. I don't remember if it was during. Um, I don't remember if it was during the Bethesda one too. I don't remember. I know that when I followed him, it was during one of those acquisitions. I think it was the Activision one that he kind of really popped off. And he just, you know, talks about gaming stuff from the perspective of like the reality of law and shit like that. So he had a few things to say about this. So he says, as far as Xbox prices, he says, like the PlayStation 5 Pro setting the Switch pricing window before it, so too has Nintendo's pricing regime given permission for Xbox to up jump its prices as well. Fucking Nintendo. Further, with confusion about the economy and tariffs running rampant, every industry participant has a useful scapegoat to cover any increasing pain points they want to manifest. As always, the market will bear what the market will bear. And if I were sitting in these boardrooms now, does seem to be a clear window to, oh, I'm sorry. If I was sitting in these boardrooms now, does seem to be a clear window to run things up. Even if I personally think leisure likely can't support these prices against food and shelter in the near terms. Agreed. Agreed. And you know, I made this point on boom show earlier. But honestly, I really think we're making a little bit of a bigger deal of these $80 prices. Um, at least as far as like Xbox is concerned, Nintendo's a little more for the things that you want from Nintendo. They're gonna hit you with the 80. I believe that. The shit that you don't really care about, they'll make cheaper.
Oh, for
But
sure.
the shit that you want from them, they will hit you with the 80. On Xbox side, we want a lot of the smaller stuff. You know what I'm saying? And they've been pretty good at keeping those prices lower for anybody who doesn't have Game Pass. But I don't think $80 is gonna be like the new norm, right? Like I think that $80 is going to be the upper limit. So like your Dooms, I mean not the games, it's not happening yet. So but like Doom would qualify for that. Next year, Fable, shit like that. Whatever they consider to be the highest level of quality, um, I think that that's where it's gonna be. Smart 661, I see fan. Appreciate you, homie. Be great, be easy. So, like, I don't think we're going to get 80 across the board. I don't think that's going to be realistic. I don't think every game is going to be 80. I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's going to be the same way. I think Xbox is just going to judge it based off of how much their budget is. If they spend a lot on the game, more than likely it'll be full price. If they spend less, they'll charge less. I just think that that's going to be the way. And I think just in general, even across the industry, just like you said, the market's going to bear what it bears, right? I don't think there's going to be a lot of people who can afford to spend $80 on a game. I just don't think so. In the
I agree.
chat earlier, somebody said, $80 is groceries for the week for them.
Hmm.
You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
wow.
Like, I know you hear
Yeah.
that sounds crazy because we haven't had that in like a million years with 6 kids running around. But
I
yeah,
mean,
for
it's true
for
though. Like,
somebody, that's the reality, right? So for somebody, it's like, well, groceries this week
well,
or this game that I might not even like.
that's the thing, right? Perspective changes everything. When you weigh it against something else, it has to make sense. And I think that was, and you brought up a great point, right? It's like, okay, well, do I get this game that I may not play? So the same thing comes in with the new prices, right? And I brought up they said 1 to 2 games a year. If those 2 games now turn into one, what do you think is going to happen? That same mentality where it's like, okay, well, which one do I want and why? How do I justify the $80 more? Right? And that's the issue that I had and that I have with Nintendo. I can't justify paying $80 for Mario Kart. I can't.
Big facts.
So, then the question was brought up about Grand Theft Auto 6. What if that's $80? I can justify that. I can see how you shouldn't have to pay the same for Mario Kart that you do for Grand Theft Auto 6 or Call of Duty, right?
Facts. I mean, it's the truth.
Yes, Relski, that's what I'm talking about. So I was thinking, but Relski says groceries definitely ain't cheap. Eggs still ain't what it used to be. Listen, the the chickens. People are renting chickens now to get their eggs because supposedly that's cheaper than buying the eggs. Yeah, that's crazy. I remember when I first saw, I was like, holy crap, $12 for eggs? When did that happen? And that's crazy. I don't know. But see, when things like this take place, you just don't know if they'll ever kind of hit back um to where they were though. Prices easily go up. What they don't, they don't it's a lot harder to bring those prices down. Even if the money is available, because now they want that profit, right? Someone brought up, I lost the comment that Nintendo doesn't drop their prices though, right? And that's a very valid point. They don't.
They don't. Yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah, so it's not the same. We were talking about Assassin's Creed, and how a lot of people were saying, why would I buy it now when I could just wait couple of weeks or a month and their prices are chopped down, right? That's not going to happen with Nintendo. That's not what they do. So these are different companies.
Very different companies.
So when you're thinking about those prices, you have to also weigh in the fact that those prices are not going to drop. And it's not just, it's even like if you don't have Xbox, or if you don't have Game Pass and your kids are into games, right? The holidays are going to shift. The holidays are going to shift because if you got 2, 3, 4 games, that's going to get cut back when parents show up at the store, and it's like, no, these games are $80 plus tax now.
Yeah.
Try explaining to someone that in order to gift a game, you have to buy them a $100 gift card to make sure that it's covered. And don't even try to show up. You know those people that show up at birthday parties or during Christmas, they send your kid like a $20 gift card to GameStop, or 25, like, and then your kid is like, well, let me go get my game with this gift card, but you're paying 3/4 of what
Yeah.
the
Like,
shit
you
is
better put that
worth.
shit
And it's
back.
like, that's my gift. That's my gift to you now.
Yeah.
That's not their gift. That's just only covering tax now.
It's the truth, yo. It's the truth. It's crazy, but it's the reality. Look, I mean, again, like, obviously this is a hot topic, right?
Yeah.
This is a big thing that's going on. And again, it's when we get past the fucking ridiculousness that people are trying to fucking talk all this shit about Xbox or whatever the fuck, and instead, if we could just focus on the conversation about what it means and what's happening and
Well,
all this shit.
I love that you said that. Yes. The conversation is not being had because we're trying to figure out how Xbox is to blame.
Facts.
I think that if we all come into an understanding of who started this situation, then we can get to, that's the root of the problem. Then we can conversate about the actual problem and why this is an issue, and how this is going to affect gamers, and how that's going to essentially change gaming moving forward. The
Facts.
console prices, yes, we got ours, but this is going to apply to the next console, right? These new prices are going to apply, and this is going to reflect how the next consoles are going to be. They're going to be much higher, and that's why these prices are going up. So there's
Agreed.
not that huge of a gap where you feel like, wait, hold up, what just took place here?
Yep. Agreed. 100%. Yeah.
Mac, shout out to Mac. He says, Doodle, Breath of the Wild is still $60.
Yeah.
And I mean, not for the Switch too. Breath of the Wild is coming along.
I mean, the Breath of the Wild,
that one
Switch 2 edition
is 70, right?
Is this no? That's 90.
Is it? I thought. Hold on.
Breath of the Wild. Remember, we said it. If you want the full game, because the expansion is not part of it, so you still have to get the expansion.
Yeah. Yep.
So if you want to experience the full game, talk about an old thing being charged a lot of money. That's crazy talk that they want to charge Breath of the Wild with the expansion $90. 90 more than the 80. $90, bro. $90. That's fucking asinine. That's asinine. But we coming out here talking shit for no reason. You know what I'm saying? It's just perspective, man. It's just perspective.
Agreed.
We don't need to go crazy over bullshit. But I will say that at the end of the day, we're gonna see how this plays out. Max City says this is terrible for gamers. See, Mike City, appreciate you, man. Thank you for being here. Look, I mean, it's not exciting. You know what I'm saying? It's not exciting. And if we could just talk about games as a whole going up, right? Like games as a whole going up, it's like, yeah, that's not exciting. Like nobody wants that. And we just had that discussion because people are going to have a hard time in general doing this, right? As much as Game Pass is dope, some people cannot just tack on another bill because that's what it becomes, right? If you just have Game Pass and going every month, it's a bill that you have, and some people can't do it. So some people have to buy their games, and for those people, it's not easy.
I
And it's
mean,
not
this is going to
exciting.
be, yeah, this is going to be a problem.
Yeah, it was hard enough to get to 70. Now you got to get to 80. Crazy. Fucking sucks. Fucking sucks. But like what Tin Dog said, unfortunately, prices are not getting cheaper. And as much I know that a lot of us say, oh, we don't need the better graphics, we don't need this, we don't need that. But as soon as we see some game come out from one of these first party publishers, whether Xbox or PlayStation, and that game looks ass, that we talk so much shit about these games, no matter how you cut it. They can't go over there and come out with some shit and just be like, "Oh yeah. No, we're not rising up the price of the game, guys. Don't worry, but we're just gonna keep it at the same level." No, man. Or else I'm back.
He's back.
That was wild.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Clicked the wrong button. Relski says, not to sound like an asshole, but there are free games too.
I mean, that is true.
I mean, and let's be real. Let's be real dead honest, right? The most honest we can be. The vast majority of motherfuckers playing video games are playing the free ones. I mean, let's just call a spade, right? Like it's the free games that get the most burn, right?
Agreed.
So how many people are actually affected by this? In the grand scheme of things, not that many. But still, it is what it is.
So I was muted because
I was out.
you were out.
Yeah. So
Thank you, House of Cards.
technically she wasn't muted, just her mic wasn't here.
And Force says that it was a pony attack.
It was a fucking pony attack. Goddamn ponies moving the buttons on my
Cage
mouse. Fucking me
and
up.
Vampiro Borracho Doodle. I told you it wouldn't be the first or last time he muted
I didn't
you.
mute. God damn it.
Damn.
I didn't mute anybody. Okay. It's not my
It
fault.
is.